Okay. So today, what we will see is yesterday we have seen what is Azure SQL Database, Elastic Pools, etc. Okay. Today, what we are going to see is like we wanted to see like how you can set up a high availability for your databases on Azure SQL. Like what all options are there? Like how those things can be configured. Okay, that is what we are going to do, and I'll quickly show my setup. Okay, probably I'll just name something like this. So I have like 4 different servers which I have created. Okay, and the first one is FG demo server 01. This is in central India, and I have one more server which is FG demo server 02, and this is in which location? Let's cross check. Australia East. Okay, this is the setup we have, and in this server I have 2 databases. Okay, I'll just say DB1 and DB2. This is in a single resource group. What I'll just say lab RG. Okay, this is the setup I have. Now we will see how you can. Is anyone saying something? No. Okay, fine. Okay, so in this, like we are going to see how you can set up another copy of this database, or yeah, basically a secondary replica sort of thing. Okay, like if you are from the SQL Server background, we used to have different high availability concepts like always on availability groups, always on failover clustering, database mirroring, lock shipping, like that. Each has its own pros and cons, and each has their own use case as well. Okay. Now, in Azure SQL, though Azure is going to take care of all the things with regards to your operating system and the server itself, we just get access to the database, right? But still, you can have outages for your region or for the zone on which your application database is deployed, or you might need to scale out your workload, like scale out in the sense where you want to have a separate server, and you want to replicate your database to a different server and have your read-only queries and all to a separate database, to offload your read queries and all to a different database. Those kind of requirements we could have for some sort of application usage. Okay, for addressing those kind of scenarios, we would need some additional features. Okay, the first thing what we are going to see is like we have something called failover groups. Okay, what this will do is, okay, this will help in setting up a failover copy, a separate copy of your database on a different region. Okay, you cannot replicate or create a failover group within the same region. Let's say if I have one more region, and if I have it in one more server, basically, okay, central India, all these are okay, all these are SQL Server basically. Okay, whatever you see here, right? This, all these are SQL Server. You cannot replicate here with failover groups, but you can replicate data to a different region. Okay, that is what I'm going to show you. Now, just to show you, I have connected to all these servers from my management studio in the local, and this is um, FG demo server 01. This is FG demo server 02. Here I don't have any databases, and this is our demo server 01, our demo server 02. So like nothing is there. For this demo, it's going to be only these two servers which you see here. Okay. And if you see like this table, this database has some tables and all. It's basically the sample data which I used last time. I have used the same copy. This is the setup basically, whatever we have. I think it's taking some time to load, but that's okay. Now, well, okay, now this came up, right? So these are the data we have. Now we are going to see how we can replicate this whole thing to FG demo server 02 FG. Like that's going to be our, you can think of this as your maybe a DR, since we are keeping it on a different region. This is like mainly to have a copy in a different site. Okay, let's say add group. Okay, and
Naveen,
yeah,
yeah. Sir, could you just show us the networking part of the individual servers? Those.
okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Please.
I didn't make anything complex. Okay, I just said selected networks, and I've just added my public IP in the firewall rule so that I can connect from the management studio. Okay, this is the same for all four servers, whatever I have created and selected network. And under firewall, I have added my laptop public IP address. Similarly, for these two servers also, if I go, it's the public IP which you'll see, nothing else. I don't have any private access or anything other than that. And this is the last server in the list. And here also it is the same. Okay. Just to keep things simple, because the concept which we wanted to discuss is the HA part for the database. Since yesterday we talked about like private endpoint and all, I am not going to go into that, at least for now. So yeah, this is the setup. Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, thanks.
Okay, awesome. Now what we will do is let's go to the failover group. I'll just say add, and here like if you have worked with availability groups and all, we used to have a listener. Okay, here also you will get a listener, and you will also have a separate listener for read-only queries also. Okay, let's see that. I'll just say demo failover group. Okay, and this is the endpoint we'll be getting. And here you have to select, okay, the server. For example, here I am on FG demo server 01. Okay, but let's see. Now if you see, okay, I just selected this server intentionally just to show you the error. You see, you cannot choose a server from the same region, because the other servers whatever I have created is all in central India. Only one server I have it in Australia East. That is what we have to use, but I just want to show you, like, you cannot use the server in same region. Just to show you, it's not going to allow. Okay, and I can configure the databases from here, or I can just create a failover group alone and later add my databases to that. Okay, we'll see that. As of now, I'm just creating a failover group. Okay, you can think of like a SQL Server availability group without any databases. Okay, because here this is going to work similar to your availability groups. Okay, where you can basically group a set of databases and add it to your failover group. Okay, that is what we can do here. This should finish. Yeah, this is done. What we can do is I'll go again to the logical server. and let's go to failover groups. Okay, yeah, here we have it. No, if you see, we don't have any database. This is the primary server, FG demo server 01, and this is the secondary server. Okay, let's go here. Now, if you see, this is how our servers are located, and this is the failover group. Okay, one is in India, another one is in Australia East, and here also you will see what is the primary server and what is the secondary server. Now, before I talk about other things, let's quickly add the database. Okay, here if you see, it will show you like what are the databases within the failover group. Since we don't have any, it's not showing. So what I can do is I can go here and I can add these two databases. Okay, and create standby replica. Okay, so in case if you don't want to use your replica for any of the read-only queries, you can just say, okay, I can confirm that I will use the second replica standby, which means like you're not going to run any workload. Okay, which I don't want to do it. I'll just say okay, and we'll click on save. Okay, now what it is going to do is it's going to add these two databases into this failover group. Okay, maybe I'll just refresh this page. Let's see. Okay, you see the databases in online on primary. Okay, but in secondary you don't still see the database because it will do the seeding in the backend. Okay, but how you can check what is going on, like there are like some queries, or if you are from the SQL background, we say DMVs, okay, which you can run on the primary to check. Okay, uh, one is there is a thing called geo replication link. This is I think database specific. There is one more called DM underscore geo replication link. This will show you. Okay, it is still not showing. Maybe what I will do is, let me change the database context to this and run. Okay, it is still not showing. Maybe it will just take some time. So for example, this one, if you see, it says the replication status seeding, and this is holding the role of primary. Okay, you can see when was the last commit, etc. Okay, still now the seeding is going on. That's why like we don't see it. This will take a minute or two. Similarly, if I go to the other database, okay, I cannot go directly from here because these are like separate things. Okay, what I can do is I'll just copy this and put it here. Here also you will see the status as seeding. Okay, let me just do one thing. I'll just refresh here. I wanted this seeding. Okay, here also you see it says seeding, right? And here you can see now the database is there, but still seeding is going on. Okay, this would go for a few more minutes. But while that is going on, what we will do is I'll just tell you. Okay, uh, as of now, as per this diagram, okay, I am using this as the server name to connect and talk to this DB1 and DB2. Okay. Maybe what I will do is I'll just put, maybe we'll draw a separate diagram so that it's going to be easy. And let's go here. I will go to the overview and copy this. I'll put this here. And here we have DB1, DB2. Okay. And there is a separate server which is running on a different region. And here also we would be having DB1 and DB2, for example. From Management Studio, okay, let's say this is your SSMS. I will be using, let's say if I want to talk to this database, I'll be giving the server name as this one, okay, and then I can connect. Now with failover group, what we have done is we have grouped these two databases in our failover group, okay. You get something called listener, okay, which will be mapped to this failover group, which you can see here. You see, right? Read write listener endpoint. Okay, let's copy this. And I can say read write. This is my endpoint. Okay. And similarly, I have one more endpoint for read only. Okay. I'll just say read only, and I'll just put this. Now, what I can do is from Management Studio, right now, this is primary replica. Okay, I can put it here. Primary. This server is acting as primary. Okay, and this is acting as our secondary. So your secondary database will be in read only mode. Okay, which means you can use it for your reporting queries. From Management Studio, if I want to talk to my read write database, or let's say you have your application, okay, which has to interact to your database. So you can configure your application with this connection string. So it's your connection string is going to be constant, and whenever your application has to make changes to your database, it's going to talk here. And let's say you have a separate application for your reporting. Okay, let's say I'll just type reporting where you just run select queries. So your reporting thing will be configured with this one so that it will always hit your read-only replica. And yeah, so with this, you can basically route your traffic. Okay, let's see if the seeding is done. Okay, now you see, right? Seeding is done. It says readable. What I will do is I'll copy this connection string. Let me go to Management Studio. This time I'm giving the listener name and the same password which I have used for configuring the server. Now, if you see, this goes to our primary replica. Okay, probably I'll just open a new query from here. If you see in the bottom in SMS, this will show you using what server name you are connected. This is with demo fg.database.windows.net. Okay, just to prove this supports write operation, I'll just say demo table id int. Let's create this. So we are able to make a write operation. If I do the same, okay, what I will do is let me copy this endpoint as well. Okay, this is for read only. Let me put this and I will put the password. Now I'll try to run the same command here. Okay, you should see an error because the database is in read only mode. Okay, you see, right? Failed to update the database DB1 because the database is in read only mode. Here I can just run the select statement alone. What I will do is I'll just say select star from. You see here, I didn't create this table, but I just created this table on the primary replica. It got replicated to the secondary replica. Okay. The another command which I can run is there is a command called select at server name, which will tell you what is your server name actually. What happened? There is a typo or what? Okay. If you see, okay, this is going to display, okay, your actual server name. Okay. In this case, if you see, this displays 02. Okay. That's why this is another proof like we are talking to the 02 server and the database is in read-only state. In case if I'm doing any change here, okay, let me also copy this here. And if I paste it, and this, if you see, this is 01. Okay. Insert into demo table values. I'll just say some value and I'll just give 10. This will insert 10 records. Okay. And if I go and see here, we should get this. Okay. That's what this is actually transferring and replicating your data. Okay. Like how it happens with your availability groups and all. This is how you replicate the data and you can check. Now, what you can still do is, okay, the advantage is like the same with what you get with always on availability group. In case if I'm doing a failover, let's say I'm doing a failover from my primary to secondary, which means this server is going to take the role of primary and this will act as a secondary. Okay. Your application connection string will still remain the same. You will not be changing and your reporting also will still run with the same connection string. So it's not like you go and update with this server name to, let's say if you do a failover and you have to update this server name and all, you don't, those things are not involved here. Okay. I'll quickly show you like how you can do a failover as well. I can go here. We can do a force failover or just a normal failover. Okay. So here, if you see, this will switch all the secondary databases to primary role. All TDS sessions will be disconnected. All the new TDS session will be automatically rerouted to secondary server extra. It's going to like just re-establish your connection. Okay. That is what they say. Let's do a failover. Okay. Right now, our primary is in Central India, secondary is in Australia East, and now we have done a failover. Once this failover is done, you should be seeing your Australia East as a primary, Central India as a secondary. Okay. While this is going on, any questions? You got it, or it was fast, or what it is?
Sir, actually over here, like in the on-premises, we have the listener IP also as well as the port.
Hmm?
So over in the Azure, can't we configure the IP as well as the port for Azure SQL?
No, this is a public service. I told you, no, you will get an
Okay,
endpoint like this. So there is no IP address which you will be using it.
okay.
Yeah, but if you want, you can have a separate DNS record. Let's say if you want to have a private DNS record or a normal DNS zone, you can map the IP address and all whatever you want. You can do it. That
Okay.
is possible.
Okay, because I did one project in I that Azure IaaS where I configured the IP as well as the port. So it's similar like an on-premises only.
Hmm. Okay, okay. Yeah, if
That's
it is SQL Server running on VM, there you will have your normal availability group where you will need a listener. And in if it is hosted on Azure, there you will be having a load balancer.
yes, absolutely right.
Right. Okay. Okay, this is done. What we will do is I'll just refresh this. Let's go back. Now you see the roles have changed. Your primary is Australia East and your secondary site is Central India. Let's go to Management Studio. Now let's see if I run this. You see, I didn't change the connection string, okay? But still my inserts are happening. And if I run the select at server name, now it is pointing to 002, okay, which means the failover happened. And I didn't even change my connection string because I'm using the listener. And from here, I can still query the data and it is going to return. And if I run select at server name here, this will give 001. Okay, this is a proof like your failover happened. Okay. This is about the failover groups where you can group a set of databases and manage it. And the advantage which you get with this option is you will have a separate endpoint for your read-write operations and read-only operations. But the downside is you cannot host your secondary replica in the same region, but it can be hosted in any of the bad region. Okay, but just for this demo sake, I've chosen a different region which is very far, but you can also add a separate server and all. It's not like just one server. I can also add a separate one more server and keep it so that you get even more highly available solution. Okay, so this is on the failover group. Now, okay, before I move on to the next topic, any questions? One more time. No questions? Okay, fine. Then we'll move on. Okay. Right now, okay, we have another option. Okay. This time, like I can pick a single database alone. Okay. Let's say I don't want to go cross region and I want to have it in the same region and replicate my data. Okay. For that, you have a different option. Let's see. That is at the database level. Okay. Whatever I have shown you previously, this you will see at the SQL Server level, and you go and do this configuration here. This is a failover group. If you want something at the database level for a specific DB, you can go to your database, maybe not here. I'll go to the database and I'll choose this. Which one will have? Okay, I don't have any database there. What we will do is we will quickly create one. Okay. Let's go here. I wanted to use these two. Okay, let me disconnect all these things. Okay, why to unnecessarily have, and I'll just close these queries as well. This let it be. Okay. I'm in 01. Okay, and let's say I'll say create database db1 and I can mention the edition here only. What I will do is edition is equal to basic. If we have the database only, then I can show you that option. Okay, we'll just wait for this database creation. It should finish in few seconds. I'll refresh. No, it is still going on. Okay, well, that is going on. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. In the latest version of Management Studio, right? In earlier version and all, if you want to zoom in the query window, you can do it just by scrolling up, by pressing Control and scroll up. You can do it, but there was no way to scroll or zoom in the result, whatever you get. Okay. But with newer release, I think from 2022, some build of Management Studio, I can do a same thing and zoom up your results window as well. Okay. This is just a small tip, which I just thought I'll tell. Okay, this database is created. Now, what we will do is, this is our DB. Okay. Within your DB, you have something called replica. Okay. Let's see what you have here. So here, if you see, geo replicas for your database are listed below. Geo replicas are reside on different logical servers from primary to protect against regional failovers or prolonged data center outage. Okay, let's go and create it. Now, if you see here, it says the primary is this one, and what I wanted to do is I will choose, okay, here I can still go with a different region as well. Okay, it's not like only this is supported. I can also go with a different region because I have a database with same name. That's why it's not allowing. Probably what I will also do is I'll just say db5 also. Let this go. But for now, I'll use this one. Okay. Okay, it is our demo server 02. This is going to be my secondary server site, and I have configured that in central India. Okay, and let's review and create. This will create a copy of our database in this server. Okay, if I go here 02, if I refresh, soon I should be seeing my database. Well, that is going on. What we will do is, let's go here. Okay, I think that got created. Okay, we'll see. DB1 replica. This is still rolling. Okay, you see, right? Here you'll get a different set of options. Okay, okay, it says unable to retrieve. That's the pricing tier. That's fine. But seeding is 0%. You can still use the similar command, whatever I have shown you here, to check what is happening. Okay. I think by this time it should be done because it's an empty database which we had. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's still connecting, right? Wait. I'll just close this. We'll just connect to this one. And I'll say new query. Let's do select star from. Okay, we'll do a create table. Okay. New ID int. So this is in our demo server 1. Okay. Let's see what is the status. It's still saying this one. Just refresh. Okay, this is still going on, maybe. Okay, that's why we were not able to connect. Probably, well, that is in progress. Okay, you see, right? Deployment is still in progress. Let that continue. Now that we have added one more database, right, which is DB5, we will try to add this replica to a different server altogether. Okay. Now, if you see, I can also do a replica, okay, to a different region. I just thought I'll show you, though I told we can do it, but if you see, it is allowing us to get this one as well. I'll initiate this also. Okay. Now what we are doing is there are two different databases. DB1 is getting replicated to a local region. Okay. And okay, this is done. And DB5 is going to cross region. Okay. If I have to show in this thing, I have a server. Probably I'll take the same name so that it will be easy for you to understand. This is my server name. Okay. And I have one more server which is 02, and there is one more server which is this one. I'll put this here. What we have done is there is a two different database which we have. I'll just name it DB1, and the other one is DB5. So this DB1, let's go and cross check. Okay. DB1, if I go here, replica, this is within central India. Okay. Which is this server. I'll say DB1. Your DB1 is getting replicated to this server, and your DB5 is getting replicated to another server which is sitting on Australia. Okay. Again, like if you see, this is readable. So let me go to Management Studio. I think we should be able to connect, and yeah, you see now it is working. And what is the table name? New is the table name I created. If I just do a select star from this, you'll see, okay, if it is getting this output, the table exists, but we don't have any data because we didn't insert it. Okay. This is again, this is one more option where you can just set up a separate replica for your database alone, a specific database. Again, here also, I can do a failover. Okay. But what you don't get here is there is no concept of a listener here, which means um, you have to change your connection string whenever you do a failover. Okay. So let's say if I'm doing a failover, I'll just go to, again, one more thing which you should know is I cannot do a failover by clicking on the primary. I have to go to my secondary or replica, okay, whatever you see here, and click on S. Okay. This will initiate the failover, and you'll see soon the roles getting changed. Okay. We'll just wait. This should take a minute or two. I have just refreshed the page so that now if you see 02 is the primary. Okay. Now if I go here, I cannot, right now if you see I'm in 01. Okay. I didn't change my connection string, but if you see it is throwing an error. Okay. My database is in read-only mode because we did a failover. Okay. So here failover was quick because it's in same region and other things, but the point which I wanted to say is like I cannot do any write operations. If at all, if I have given this connection string to my application server, again I have to go and reconfigure saying, okay, this is my new primary, and for all the reporting, you go to 01. Okay, that is how you can do it. So that is one thing. The other thing which I wanted to say is you see stop replication, right? If I click on this, it's going to basically delete this replica itself. I mean, this replica setup, though your database still would be there, But this is not just going to stop your replication alone. This is going to delete this setup itself. I'll just quickly show you. Now, if you see, this would uh, delete the whole setup. I'll just refresh. This is still going on, right? Let's wait. Is done. You see, this is gone completely. Okay. So they haven't given an option to delete, but yeah, stop is going to remove completely. But if I go here, I will be still seeing my databases as it is. Okay. This is another thing which I wanted to show. Any questions? This is a replica. Okay. Whatever we have seen, this is at the database level. No questions?
Navik, just one clarification. In the databases, so while seeing the database, we don't know, right, whether the database is configured for replication or not while seeing it.
You can, okay, basically what you can do is you can run this
From here.
query. Yeah, here you can run, for example,
Like in Amazon, we will see that it's a primary and it's a secondary.
here the status you are saying, is it?
Yes, yes, yes.
No, it will not show. Yeah.
Oh,
but from the portal, you will see this replica type geo and all. But still, I would say you don't rely on that. You can just do a query and get this details. Okay, not this, maybe. Let me just remove this. I think the auto completion is not happening for some reason. It is geo, but wait, this is maybe I'll do it from the other server, which is that, because this is read only. I don't know if it is because of that, but let me just use this one maybe. Basically, the other DMV which I showed, right? That should tell you if this database is part of that, or like you can check from portal. Okay, I showed you like where you can check like what things are configured. Better is to check from there. You see DB5 also we have here. I can. So whatever I'm showing you is just one, but I know that like there are other data DMVs are there. Okay, I think this is correct. Okay, let me run it in master. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Okay, here you see, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, here you can get the details.
Okay.
But this is the replication link. Okay, wait, let me go to this. Start DM. Yeah, here also it will show. This is at DB level.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Through the portal or through querying, we came to know.
Yes. So from the portal, if you want to check anything, like you can, it will be either this failover groups. This is at instance level. Okay. If not, once you know like the databases, then go to the databases. Here you know which server these databases are sitting. Let's say if I want to check for this one, I can go here and check the replica. It will show like to which server we are replicating, which one is primary and which one is a readable secondary. You will see here.
So the checkboxes are there, right? Near the in the database.
Which checkbox
Yeah,
in this window?
while selecting the databases, we have the checkboxes also there, right? So we can payload the group of databases by selecting one by one, like that.
Here in this replica.
No, in databases.
No, I didn't get. Okay, wait. Here you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to know from here if you can initiate a failover?
Yeah.
No, you cannot do that.
Oh.
Yeah, this is just the list of resources. So within this only you have other options under data management where you go and do things.
There is no concept called like clustering and all. No. Yeah.
Oh, this is like a managed database, right? You have failover group and this replica, and there is one more which I'll just talk about next. But there is no failover cluster now. There is no need, right? Because you just get the database which you're going to manage. So why you have to worry about underlying storage? Anyways, Azure is going to take care, right?
Azure is going to take care.
Right. Yeah. Okay. The next thing which I wanted to show is what I will do is, let's see what database I have. Probably will create a new database so that it will be easy. I don't have any query handy. Fine. I'll just open a new query. I'll say create database sync db edition is equal to basic. Let this up. Okay, while that is running, whatever we have seen so far is replicating either a group of whole databases, okay, which is failover group, or a specific database as a whole, okay. But let's say you don't want to replicate the whole database, but I just want to replicate a single table, okay. That is where in case of on-prem and all, like for if you're hosting a SQL server, you do something called a transaction replication, okay. Similarly, you have something called data sync, okay, in Azure for Azure SQL Database, okay, where you can sync your database to a different server, okay. That is what we are going to see. I'll just refresh. I'll close all other windows. Okay, and I will disconnect this also. Let me refresh. Okay, wait, where did I create? Okay, it is in 02. Okay. Let me refresh here as well. Okay, this is in 02. Okay. Now, what I will do is I'll go here. Let's say we have to create a sync group. So here, this is like object level. Okay. You have something called hub. Okay. And a member. So hub is going to be your kind of publisher if you want to compare it with your on-prem things, and members are going to be your subscribers. Okay, let's say this is sync db group. I'll just name something. Okay, sync group. I want to say like move to, I mean, use this with the existing db. Okay, and here you can set the sync type. Okay, whether you want to manually sync. Okay, let's say manual sync can be used. Let's say you want to do the sync whenever you feel okay. Once this data is processed, then I want to sync. You can go with manual sync. If not, you can go with automatic sync as well. Okay, If you go with automatic sync, you have to set the sync frequency, how frequently it is going to sync. And I can just say you sync every 1 minute. Okay. Like in transaction replication, okay, which you have in on-prem, like if you have worked with bidirectional replication or merge replication and all, you will have this conflict resolution, okay, when you can update data on both the sides, okay. Whatever options we have seen so far, you could have only one readable copy of your database, which means you can update your data only from your primary, okay. In this case, this was the primary and this is your connection string to do retrieve. Similarly here, only your primary is readable, secondary is read only, okay. But here you can actually write data from both the sides, okay. So that is where you have to decide, in case if there is a conflict, who is going to win, whether it's going to be your hub or your member. I'll just go with hub, okay. And you have to define your hub database username. I'll just say my username and password. Just type it again. And in case if we were using private link, you can just go with this. I'll not go with that now, just to keep things simple. I'll just say click on OK. Let's wait for this to create. And once this is done, we have to say what tables we have to replicate. Okay, I think okay, SQL Data Sync will retire. Okay, it will retire on 2027. Now only I'm seeing this. Okay, but yeah, they have made this announcement. I don't know like what other alternative. Okay, for the problem type, this. Not sure like what is the new option they are bringing in, but yeah, this is one option which is very good if you want to sync a specific table, right? Let's see. Okay, I have given the same table, right? Let's go here. It is just one database. Wait, I should have, I'll just say new sync group. Sync metadata database. Wait. Database. Okay. Yeah. Here we have to add our member database. Okay. If you see, you can also push your data from Azure SQL DB to your on-prem database. Okay. But for that, you have to have a separate gateway installed, which I'm not going to show you now because there are like whole bunch of other things which we have to do. But for our demo, I'll just pick another Azure database. Okay. I'll just say secondary sync member, and this is on the same subscription. I have to choose the server. Okay. In this case, 02 is where we hold this sync DB. I'll choose 01 and I'll choose DB1. Okay. I think we deleted that, but that's fine. Wait, I don't know if that is in read-only state, right? Let's see if it is allowing us to create a table. Because it shouldn't fail. Okay, it is right. So that's fine. Okay, then I'll use DB1. Sync condition direction. Okay. Here you can do bidirectional sync. You can say to hub or from the hub. Okay. we'll go with bidirectional. Okay, and here I have to give the password for your member. Okay, and I'll click on OK. So this is going to do a test connection, and it will add this as a member. Okay, now you see our member is added. Now tables, it shows 0. Okay, because we don't have any tables. Okay, but one prerequisite is your table should have a primary key. Okay, like how we do it for transaction replication, right? Similarly, here also you need a primary key. Okay, for your table to be eligible to participate in this sync group. Okay, what I will do is I'll just say int primary key. I'll just say, yeah, we'll just go with this. Okay, now what I will do is let me refresh this whole page. We have just created a table. Okay, it is not okay. Let's select hub database, refresh. It should show our table name here. Okay, we'll just wait for this to come. Just take some time to load. Let's just wait. This is one problem. I mean, it just takes some time to load. Okay, maybe what we'll just wait, or let me do one refresh. I'll just go here, because that is one problem. Sometimes there are issues with loading the page. Where is our database? Oh, see it sync really? Why? What happened? Let me refresh. You see, last time when I was checking, it was not there. I had to refresh the whole page. Now we see the database. Let's go to this sync group. Not ready. This is fine. Okay, wait, there is an error which we'll see what it is. Failed to connect to the server. This cannot open request by login. Client is not allowed to access the server. Okay. Use Azure SQL portal. Only must database to create a firewall rule. This okay. But okay, wait. So let's go here. This is what? Actually, I didn't expect that message, but I'll just open it for all. And I'll go here as well. Networking. Just put this. Save. Let's go 0, 2. And we have to go to our database. Let's go to sync. and refresh. Okay, that's fine. We'll come to this again. Now let's see if it works. And here you see, right, table without primary keys are not supported. Okay. If that is loading, I'll go to this. Okay, here the sync status is still saying not ready. Let's see what it says. Login failed. Okay. This is fine. Just thinking if I will create a new one. Okay, let's say new sync group. Let's say primary. But. Okay, let's delete this. So if they had an option to do any sort of test connection and all, right, we could have avoided all these things, but that's okay. We have to do it again. Okay, I think it's getting deleted. That's why we got the unknown error. We will have to wait. We'll just see, okay, if I can quickly show you in next 2-3 minutes, we'll do. If not, we'll just see this alone in the next session. Deleted. Okay. This is still going on. But yeah, you can ask any questions if you guys have anything. I think this got messed up. Better, I will show this in the next class only. Okay, this got deleted. Let's see. We'll say sync group, use the existing one. This is going to be this thing. And conflict resolution hub win automatic. Let's just say one. Okay, we'll do 1 minute. Okay. Let's see if it works this time. That's good. Just getting created. Refresh. Okay, it says no result. That's fine. Data. Is anyone saying something? Pick 01 and we pick DB1. Okay, this got created. Just use that sync direction. Okay. Let's see if it works. That's good. Okay, we have added this. Okay, let's see. What I will do is I'll go here. Let me refresh this whole page. Let's go to tables. Let's see. Sync. Still not showing anything in the logs. Nothing, right? See, we'll give few more seconds. If not, I don't want to extend it. Okay, schema information obtained successfully. Okay, that's good. Now you see table name is coming. Okay, at least something good. I'll click on save. And let's see. We should see the logs here. Okay, database provision successfully in 6 seconds. That's good. This is added. Okay. Now what we will do is I will go and do insert into sync table. We'll say default values. And we'll also have a query to check the records. Okay, right now we don't have anything, but if I run this, this should insert some records. This is on 02. Okay, now let's go to 01 db1. Let's try running this. Still it says invalid object because we haven't synced. Okay, manually. Okay, I told like by default you do the sync. Database provisioning failed. Okay, there's another error. Let's see what it is. Login failed. Oh. This is for member. Okay, what I can do is let's go here. I will type this again. It is good, like getting this errors. I think we can see what is going on, but we'll see. Now, hopefully I gave correct password. Let's see. It's updating the sync member. This is done. I'll click on OK. And let's see if we can sync it. No, it is still the same. Okay, that's like 1 minute back. Let's see anything new we are getting. Okay, provision successfully. So if you see, this is happening on DB1. Okay, which it didn't happen. Now you see sync is also successful. I'll show you the message. You see, right? Upload 0 changes update. Okay, it says download 2 changes upload. Refresh. Okay, now if I go and do this select, you see this we got these records in 01, which is the one more copy. Now what I can do is I can run the same command from here also. Okay. I can just run this, and now if I do a select, it will still not show because we have set 1 minute sync. Okay, but if we check in some time, we will see. Okay, you see, right now we got the other records in other side. So the advantage is like you can do write operations on both the servers, but there are like certain prerequisites which you have to meet, like primary key is must, and this is like at object level. I should have added one more column so that I could have shown you hub and that winner. Okay, let me see if I can add one more column. What I will do is do alter table add column. Let me see. Alter table add column. We'll just get the code from here. Okay, it's like this. I'll just say name. We'll go with varchar. Oh, wait, I didn't change the table name. Okay, let's do select. Okay, fine. I will say, okay, right now, if you see, this is on 02. Okay, I'm saying update this set name is equal to Azure. Let's, what is it? Name only I gave, right? We have done this update. So from here, I'm doing another update. Okay, I'm just telling. Okay, still this didn't even get the column whatever we have added. Okay, let that sync happen. Okay, probably then we will do, because we have done a DDL change. We'll see if this is still running, right? Okay, let's see if we have it. Still that is not yet pushed. This is like 117. I think we should have it. No. Okay, let's take this. Probably I'll do this one here, and let's say this. Now this is having SQL, and here we have Azure. Okay, and on top of this, what I will do is I will say, well, values new. Let's insert one more row. Okay, and I'm just adding data on both the sides so that I can show you that conflict, how it is resolving. Okay, what happened? Okay, we are here only, right? Now let's go to the portal. I'm expecting some errors, maybe. Sync. Okay, it says completed, but what it is doing? One change applied. This. Okay, this is fine. Okay, now let's see what value you have. I think the schema we changed at the later part. I don't know if that has made a difference, but usually what will happen is, in this case, if you see, like for ID 6, we have new here, but here it is old. It's going to update the data, whatever you have from the hub to the member in case of a conflict. But for some reason, it didn't work as I expected. Maybe when we have created the table, if I had the column in that manner, then things would have been different. But here it is not happening. Anyways, like yeah, I'll see. Probably I'll show this demo alone again in the next class, just the sync hub and member winning alone. But I'll stop here. Okay.